thought we played a pretty explosive first half. Obviously, the turnover wasn't good, but other than that, I thought offense performed pretty well. And then I thought we stalled a little bit in the second half, and we didn't really have a lot of good drives. Obviously, we didn't score, so tough second half for the offense.
Brady, what were some of the major differences from the first half to the second half? Go back up and out a little bit.
It's we just couldn't get in a rhythm. Obviously we had a couple turnovers in the second half. Couldn't get in a rhythm. We ran the ball well at times, but it was just tough to get the ball moving.
Was it a relief to win one of these one-score games?
Yeah, definitely. What was that? Three in a row that we lost. So that's a good feeling, and it was a good win for our team overall.
It seemed like obviously in the first half he was targeting Mizzou a lot and scored a couple touchdowns in the first half. And then in the second half he didn't get these targets. Was that something more of what Vanderbilt was doing, or were you seeing different things he was doing?
We got him the ball a good amount in the first half. And then in the second half, we didn't really throw the ball a whole lot. There wasn't a whole lot of opportunity to get him the ball. That's just kind of how the flow of the game goes sometimes. And Vanderbilt, I think, keyed on him a little bit in the second half as well.
Brady, in the previous 3 road games, you guys have gotten off to a pretty slow start offensively. What's the key to changing that this week?
Yeah, honestly, we just have to start fast, just like we did last week. Scoring on that first drive is huge. That gives our defense confidence. It gives us confidence moving into the rest of the game. And it's just huge. I really want to score the first drive of this game.
Is there anything you guys are looking to change about your routine on the road, or is it just kind of do the same thing?
Yeah, same routine. Handle the environment. Go in there and just start fast, play fast. Don't let the environment slow you down at the start of the game. They're going to be comfortable with on their home field. Don't let the loud crowd and the new atmosphere slow us down. Just go out and play fast.
Coach Brady Cook talked about giving the lion's share more to Cody in the backfield. You've seen him from the spring until now. Has he kind of surprised you at all the way he's kind of stepped into this role?
Yeah, he has. I can definitely say he surprised me. When he first came in, I didn't know a whole lot about where he was at, running back wise, and where he would be at on the depth chart moving towards the season. So, fast forward to now, it's been awesome to see. We've built a great relationship, and I'm super excited for him. He loves this stuff. He loves Mizzou, and he's having a blast. So.
Did you play against him in high school?
No, I did not.
How important to kind of get your offense in a consistent rhythm is that establishing that running game?
Very important. If we can run the ball on base downs, that gives me a little breathing room. Obviously, that builds confidence in our running backs and the line. It sets up play action, and then it just puts us in manageable situations. When we struggle in the run game, we tend to get in third and long situations, and that just puts a lot of pressure on our O-line with pressures coming in. It puts a lot of pressure on me and the receivers. So that run game, obviously, that keeps the train rolling. That helps everybody.
Maybe along with the run game, what are a couple other keys offensively because they help get a win on Saturday?
I would say 0 turnovers. Handle the environment as far as cadence and operation and penalties go. Don't let that affect us. And then just explosive plays, both in the air and in the run game. Me and the receivers need to connect. I'm confident the O-line is going to do a great job this week. Obviously Cody and the rest of the guys are going to do their job at running back. So I feel really good about it.
Where's the South Carolina defense do well?
They got some great corners, some of the best we've seen this year, in my opinion. They do a lot of stuff well. They're a good defense. We feel confident in what looks they're going to give us, and we feel good about the plan we have against them. So.
You mentioned that pressure on the field. Can you kind of describe what that's like, especially at the quarterback position, and especially getting that win against Vanderbilt after having those 3 games where just coming up short?
You talking about like pressure, like
Yeah,
defense pressure, or like?
Do you kind of feel that like before the game, you know, Sam Horn, there's some rumors that he might get to play a little bit. Like for you on the field, how do you deal with that?
Oh yeah, no. On the field, I'm just thinking about the calls and thinking about executing my plan and what I need to do to score. I don't really let that stuff really affect me. Stuff doesn't really affect me at all anymore.
Brady, you mentioned before the Vanderbilt game that you'd seen some stuff in film. In the first half, coming out and getting off to that hot start, is that more what you envisioned this offense to look like? Is that
Yeah. I would say that first drive is a very good representation of what our offense should look like. We converted a huge first down on 3rd and long to Barrett down the sideline. And immediately that gave us a spark. We got the ball in one of our playmakers' hands like we talk about all the time. He made a big play, so I think that's a perfect representation of what our offense can and should be.
What are some of the keys, do you think, to maintaining that game long and help a little bit in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, for us, I think it's just putting us in manageable third downs. When we get in a rhythm of getting in 3rd and long, 3rd and XL, it's really tough to sustain drives with that. Especially when teams are starting to bring blitzes or bringing pressure in our face. So, yeah, I think it's putting ourselves in manageable situations that we can convert on.
Brady, having been under a lot of pressure from the pass rush, what have you kind of learned about how to deal with that, how to make the most of that?
Yeah, I would just say there's a time to get out of there and scramble. There's a time to hang in there and make the throw, and you've got to decide if you've got enough time to let the ball go. Obviously, versus Vanderbilt, held on just a tad too long, and that was a good example of that. But yeah, I think me recognizing the pressure will be big, so I can make the right calls, help counter out as far as that goes. But yeah, we've practiced really hard to understand what they're going to bring this week. And yeah, we've practiced on our protection. We practiced our butt off, so feel good about it.
Anything else for Brady? Thank you, sir. We've got Cody Schrader at the podium if you've got questions for Cody.
Cody, coach said, going forward, you'll be the featured back, and coming from Truman State, is that something that you thought could happen, so soon?
I just think it's a huge honor, and my mindset, the way I prepare and the way I go about it doesn't change no matter what the difference in roles are.
Could it feel like you guys kind of got a weight off you getting that, winning one of those one-score games here?
Yeah, I think that's just great for the culture of the team, great for this, the attitude of the team. Now people can kind of loosen up. We got that win, like you were talking about, in one of them close-score games, and now we can just kind of go to practice. Now we know what we need to do to earn it each week, and the way we can go and prepare to be able to win more games.
Cody, after looking at film, is there anything that Vanderbilt's defense kind of did that kind of slowed you down towards the second half, or how did you kind of see that play out?
Yeah, I think we just got to be better at pass protecting. Protecting Brady, because when he has time, he makes big plays, and the receivers make big plays. So that's something that as running back room we got to take accountability for, and O-line just get better each week.
Yeah, Cody, I was going to ask about pass protection too. Like, obviously, guy jumping over you is a bit of an anomaly. But what would you say is like your job as a running back in pass protection? And how can you get better at that?
Yeah, our job is to pass protection, to give the quarterback time. It's really not that complicated. You just it's on us to see who's blitzing and be able to pick up our man. And we got to take more accountability of that in the running back room. We're going to get that fixed.
Good. Have you taken any time to think about how far you've come in a year? This time last year to winning an SEC game at home?
Yeah, that's a unique question. No, to answer that though, no, I haven't. It's just been like this season goes by fast, and it's just every day, even after that win, I'm back at home watching more college football, waiting for the film to be uploaded. I don't really take too much time to, really process or really look back at games, celebrate too much. I'm always looking for that next game after the next one, but I might actually do that. So that's a good question.
When do you think that time will be when you sit down and finally process that?
Yeah, probably at the end of the season. When I'm able to maybe get home and sit with my dad, sit with my family, maybe just kind of discuss the season. But right now, I'm just focused on each week. So.
Anything else for Cody? Thank you, sir. Got Dominic Lovett at the podium if you've got questions for Dom.
Dominic, how are you feeling health-wise heading into South Carolina game?
Feeling great, 100%.
Dom, of course, most of the season you've been leading receiver in every category pretty much, but last week Luther was really out there doing his thing and things like that. So how does that feel when, everybody starts to come together, offense starts to get flowing like it was in the first half?
It just feel good when everybody eating, and you can see your brother scoring a touchdown, him getting up, hyping up the crowd, and it's just a moment that you gotta live in and you can't take for granted. So when Luther was out there doing this thing, I was proud of him. I couldn't do nothing but smile and laugh. We crack jokes on the sideline. He'd be playing angry on the field, but if you catch him on the sideline, he'd be smiling. So it'd be kind of funny. But it was good just to see him, go off for his 2 touchdowns, because obviously without his 2 touchdowns, that game would have been totally different. So it was good to watch him go ball.
How big was it to finally win one of these one-score games?
I mean, it was fun. I like being in the tight games because that show who really wanted more. All that talk and go out the door. Now it's just time to play. So I like being in tight games.
This is I think, what was it, the 4th game where you guys will be playing in some type of homecoming. It's your own or somebody else's. Does that kind of help you guys, or you guys want to face another big crowd on the road?
I just like when the stadium packed. And it's just us in there. So we can't lean on nobody but our brothers. And them the only people that we going in there with. So I feel like it's a big opportunity. They're a top 25 ranked team. And it's just another opportunity ahead of us to knock them off during their homecoming. Is it their homecoming? So during their homecoming. So good on good.
What progress have you kind of seen from the wide receiver room thus far?
Both of y'all was finna say something. That's why I laughed. Can you repeat the question?
What progress have you kind of seen from the wide receiver room, not just you, but kind of the whole group as a whole, kind of as the season's gone along?
I just see us taking baby steps in every direction, whether it be one of us complimenting the other, one of us getting another one open, blocking for one another, and just seeing everybody out there smiling and just having fun, knowing that my block contributed to the big play, knowing that I ran my route a precise way to get open, got us the first down. So I just see us taking baby steps every day, and we just keep growing. So that's it.
Will these South Carolina corners do well?
Hey, I heard they was nice. We just gotta see mano y mano Saturday, see what they talking about. So
Dominic, Martez had a quote a couple weeks ago, you lose by a lot, you lose by a little, you win by a little, you win by a lot. Is that kind of something everybody's kind of thinking about going into this week? After winning last week?
I'm going in just to get the dub. They a good team, but we got one goal. Go in there, especially on the road. Go in there and get the W and hopefully keep the trophy. So that's really all that's big on my mind. But that's a good quote by Martez. I'm gonna use that quote and call it my quote.
This is the first week you guys scored a touchdown on the first offensive drive. Now, that's obviously at home, but does that give you guys confidence that we can replicate this success, even though it's going to be on the road in that atmosphere?
Yes. Me personally, I look at it as it's just football. Like, no matter who the team is, like, they put their pads on how we put our pads on. They strap up how we strap up. So you just got to go out there. Excuse my French. You just got to go out there and play. And you just got to see the outcome. I forgot who told me this. Was it? It was somebody. But you can't control the final score, and you can't control the previous play. Only thing you control is this play right here. So you just gotta take it one play at a time, no matter what the score is or the outcome of the game is. You can't control nothing else but this play right here. That's why we have a this play mentality. I like speaking up here.
Anything else for Donald?
Dominic, from your perspective, like, what were some of the differences between the first half and the second half against Vanderbilt?
Second half, a lot of movie stuff happened. Like, did anybody peep the kickoff that just dropped? I don't know. It was just like the momentum was in their favor, and they took off running with it, and we just had to hold them. Our defense did a great job holding them, as our defense does every time. As an offense, we got in the film rooms, seen some corrections we had to make, and we corrected them. But yeah, did y'all like really see that ball though? It just dropped. Like, that was crazy.
When maybe some of the breaks start shifting toward the other team, we talk about momentum and getting off to a fast start, but do you have to keep that display? Do you have to exercise caution a little bit when those breaks start moving over toward the other team?
As Coach Peter would say, you have to exercise calm for the chaos. So just because stuff not going your way at that moment, or like the switch has flipped to the opposite team to where like they have the momentum now, you just got to be calm and like you just got to play your normal game. If they happen to have the momentum, okay, you just got to be calm, and then everything like kind of ties into everything. So being calm for the chaos ties into a display mentality. Because if you're calm for the chaos, let's say like you a DB and a wide receiver just caught the ball on you. You might be mad or frustrated, but the next play, if you take a deep breath, you might catch a pick, and the switch can flip just like that. So everything ties into another thing. So you just got to have calm for the chaos, no matter what the situation is.
Anything else for Donald?
Yeah, have you thought about a career in journalism after your football days?
Comedian. I said if I wasn't play football, I was going to act or be a comedian. So if Denzel Washington ever get a hold of this, I would love to start acting if football does not work out.
Thank you, Donald.
You welcome. Y'all have a good day.